Send Help is about a woman named Linda Little, who is kind of this sort of grunt worky, unpopular woman at the company that she's employed at. They sort of rely on her for everything, but kind of never give her any of the credit or invite her to any of the hangs. She lives alone and talks to her bird. At the beginning of the film, my character, Bradley, has just sort of taken over as CEO for the company in place of his father, who just passed away. And he just thinks Linda is gross and wants nothing to do with her, whereas she has been sort of anticipating this promotion to a VP position that she thinks she's sort of earned for the last 7 years, which you very quickly find out he has no plans of giving her. And in fact, actually is planning on shipping her out as soon as he takes the reins officially. So that is when, of course, on a company jet to a merger in Thailand, the plane crashes and everybody on the flight dies except for Linda. And then she also discovers that my character, Bradley, who she comes upon on the island and finds is alive, breathing, but he's badly hurt. And so then it's sort of this, role reversal, dynamic shift. He's sort of a nepo baby at a company, he's obviously very wealthy, grew up wealthy. So he kind of has these things about him that objectively would appear privileged for sure and are. And in terms of kind of his disposition at the company, it's a popularity contest. For him, that's kind of like a very blunt way of explaining it, and the way that it is, it's sort of like a dog-eat-dog world. He's not going to waste time on somebody, no matter how good their actual work might be. To him, he needs sort of movers and shakers, like he needs somebody, next to him in a position that's, going to be swinging deals and kind of networking for the company and things like that. So he's very materialistic, he's very spoiled, but then there's a lot of things about Bradley too that we learn later on the island when kind of Linda and Bradley finally really start getting to know each other. You kind of start, chipping away a little bit and seeing that, okay, there is a reason for this guy to be a little, have this hard shell exterior, and it just kind of reminds you, like, everybody sort of comes from somewhere, and begs the question: are there really just like born bad people on the earth? He was obviously influenced in this negative way by his difficult home life and family dynamic. Rachel is unbelievable. First of all, she's one of my favorite people I've ever worked with. She's just so normal and humble and like genuinely cool and hardworking. She does so much work and preparation. We're so different as actors in a way that luckily we both really like appreciated and I think loved about one another. It was such a good sort of puzzle piece fit together. But she approaches it with such preparation in a way that kind of then when you're in a scene with her, she is like such a living organism in a way that is so fun to play with. And then I'm always kind of somebody who's trying to, especially if I'm working with someone like that, I want to kind of like push like all these different, I don't know, you can poke her anywhere and she'll always kind of move and react as the character. And it's fascinating to watch. And she never comes out of it until she hears cut. Like it's truly, truly stunning to witness. And I think with a movie like this, right, it sort of already has kind of a silly sensibility about it, which is so much part of the fun, but somebody could come in and kind of, you know, play this role in a way that doesn't feel authentic, you know, and Rachel just doesn't have that in her. I mean, she humanizes Linda out of the gate. She has such a way of making her feel like an authentic person who really exists and you really feel for within minutes. And also like playing those comedic beats that you are so in character that you almost don't even appreciate or notice in a way that really isn't as easy as it looks. So it's just so cool to see her in a role like this. You know, I don't think she's done a lot of this before or at all, ever, and she can do anything she wants. And yeah, she's the best. It's really fun, I think, to watch both of these characters kind of get into this chess match a little bit. Like, I think in the beginning, you don't necessarily expect Bradley to. This movie could have so easily been kind of just one track, you know, you set up the dynamic, you flip it, and then you kind of just let it sit from there. What I love about it so much is, you know, these characters actually end up becoming really formidable opponents. And so it's really fun to watch them do this battle. And Linda, in her practice of outwit, outplay, outlast, sort of starts to teach Bradley and, along the way. And Bradley kind of proves to be like a little more savvy than maybe we anticipated, and sort of possesses these qualities that he starts to utilize as strengths, things like manipulation, you know, in ways that Linda is caught off guard by and has to adjust back to. Well, no one really does do horror like Sam Raimi. It's true, you know. He has like an amazing ability to execute this kind of silliness with his sensibility with regards to the horror, but never have it lose the stakes, you know? And I think that's a lot easier said than done. It's actually highly difficult to do. And yeah, there's something about, you know, his instinct, and I think it comes from like him as a person, really. I think he's a very serious guy internally in so many ways. I think he can feel, you know, a lot of deep and dark things, but I think he's also like has such an amazing sense of humor and loves to giggle and loves to be silly, you know. So I really relate to that a lot with Sam.
I don't think we should ever leave.